But today's not about beliefs as much as understanding that you have those beliefs. The success principles that worked were about writing it down. You must write it down. So next, what we're going to cover is how to take the law of attraction and these three principles of orderly actions and intuitive actions and assumptive actions and put them in a very practical method in your diary for carrying it out. For, once you've made your decision and you've committed to that and you follow through. This is the process you can use to apply it. And so what you do is you get your diary and you make sure that there's a place on your diary, or you buy a diary that serves this for you. And that is that if you have a number one intention that you're working on that's very big, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's writing a book, whether it's setting up an orphanage, whether it's buying a new car, whether it's getting a house, whatever it is, what you do is you write that intention at the top of every page new. So only do it one day at a time, but you write your intention for the day. And it's really good to do this the night before so that in the morning you're really clear what you've got. Your subconscious has worked away with the order that you gave it the day before in the diary. So you write down your intention, and it's very useful to write it in a state of gratitude, but most importantly is you write your intention in the present tense. So you write your intention as if you're standing there and you've achieved it. So you say, and I am. You say, I am. It's a very powerful way. You can also say, I am thankful that I now have my beautiful home. You can say, I am the published author of a book on the internet. I am, whatever it is, you write your intention at the top in present tense because you're working toward that. That is a future statement, and you're putting it in the now, in today, in your diary. The next thing, and this is the most important part of it, is that you look at that intention and you write down 3 actions that you can take in the one day toward that goal. You don't put any more. Just make sure that the ones that you put, that you follow through on them. So put one, okay? Just put one if you think that's all you can follow through on. But whatever you do, you must do them every single day. So you write down your intention in the present tense. The next thing is you write down 1 to 3 steps of moving toward that goal, moving toward that intention. And then the next day you follow through on them. And the thing is that you do that every single day, and you're incrementally moving toward your intention every day. Do you know that's how I got my book, Speed Manifesting, published? It was a huge project for me because I love starting things and I love changing things and I like spinning lots of plates and getting involved in everything. And that's not necessarily compatible with seeing a project through right to the end. But I used this principle for over a year to actually get it done. And I started out with because it was my number one intention, was having my published book. And so one of the first 3 actions was write Chapter 4 on the power and poison of words. And then I would do that. I would start working on it. And another one would be find out about an ISBN number for a barcode. And then the third one would be talk to my artist about the cover. And so depending on what I thought was next, I would just put that in there and I would start working on that. And sometimes it was complete or sometimes it revealed what the next step was in that for me. So I found out about the ISBN number and realized that I actually didn't need it for a little while, but knew how much it would cost, knew where to go to get it, and what was important for that part of it and why I needed it. And then part of it was finding a publisher. And so then I went and did the research on that and asked people. But it was in that one day. And what I got was this great sense of accomplishment every day because my list was complete. My list was complete. And I had other to-do things for all my other projects and all sorts of other things, but on this other side, it was one single side of my day planner, my diary, that I had intention, and I actually have it numbered up to 6 items. But those items on that page are only for my intention, and my intention did not change until that was complete. So I was working on some other intentions, sure, but in my diary, I made sure that I always did at least one thing a day, every single day toward my intention. And that's how it got done. You know, the to-do lists are so important for everything. Writing things down is a success principle, and to-do lists are success principles. Get them done. Write down what you need to do and get them done. That's your orderly action anyway. You decide on what you want, you commit to it, and then you follow through in action. It's brilliant success principles, but when you're actually working on making it fast, you're the one that needs to get out of the way. That's really the basis for a lot of speed manifesting, is learning how much we contribute to creating, and then learning when to move aside and allow life to take its course so that it can deliver, so that we can receive. And yes, there's the thinking in that. There's all the understanding about how a human being is designed, what our blueprint is, how we naturally were put together, and then how we were unnaturally put together, and how to undo that. But in taking action, what you want to make sure is that you have a business principle that works for you on a daily basis, which is a diary planner, which is making sure that you have an orderly way of going about your life, and you follow through on it. But you pay attention to the intuition. When those little ideas come up, they're gems. Then you can create orderly actions out of following through on the inspirational, intuitive actions. And then finally, do not forget about it. Remember to act as if. To take your assumptive actions as if your good was coming to you tomorrow. What kinds of things do you still have left to do? Because you may find when you write that list, it's a huge list, and you realize, my goodness, I actually don't want it to come tomorrow because I have to do these things first. Oh, okay, so let's say 2 days from now. It'll be okay. So, it's okay to accept speed manifesting. Just be aware that there are things that you have to do, there are things that the universe does, there are things that you get out of the way for, and there are things that you call it forth stronger. And so remember, number 1 is you have to know what you want. Number 2 is you have to imagine with emotion. Number 3 is you have to feel gratitude and appreciation. Number 4 is you have to know how you think and think deliberately. Number 5 is you have to understand the power and poison of your words. Number 6 is you have to take action. What kind of action? Orderly action, intuitive action, and assumptive action. And number 7 is you have to start circulation. You have to start things happening, have things move, give that which you want to receive. And then finally, the key to speed, which is alignment, but it's a very special alignment, understanding about time. And we can get into that in another session. But I think that the principle of taking action is so powerful. It's already proven itself. In our modern world, it has proven itself that action is important. It's just that it's taken too much of a front seat view, when really, putting it in perspective, that taking action is either asking or receiving, and keeping busy with no attachment and no aversion. Keeping busy, but making sure that you're on the right side of the formula, that you understand how it works, and using it powerfully. It means success comes to you. It means that it happens so quickly. You get astounded by the people that suddenly are around you that are helping you. Why? Because you've used the principles, because you know how life works, you know how a human being is designed, and you know the relationship between the two. And you're using those powerfully, and it really is simple. And then life just begins to flow. I'm delighted that you joined me today. Thank you so much, and I encourage you to powerfully take one action today towards your intention, at least one. If you want more information, we are on www.speedmanifesting.com. Laurie Mitchell signing off. You have a wonderful, abundant week.